85% of people struggle with low self-esteem. Linked to negative self-talk, at some point in their lives, the vast majority, 85% of people face low self-esteem tied to negative self-talk. That's a staggering number, one that should make us pause and reflect. What's really going on in our minds? Today we're delving into a profound and transformative topic: overcoming negative thinking. This isn't just about silencing your inner critic. It's about reclaiming control over your mind to live a more fulfilling and empowered life. The power of our thoughts. In the realm of Stoicism, there's a deep recognition that our thoughts are not insignificant whispers in our minds. Instead, they are the commanding voices that shape both our happiness and our suffering. Stoic wisdom reminds us that while we cannot control the world around us, we can control how we perceive and respond to it. The Stoics were not mere philosophers, they were mental warriors. They battled against the chaos of uncontrolled thoughts and emotions with rationality, discipline, and inner calm. Today I'll guide you through understanding how negative thinking impacts us and introduce practical Stoic strategies to break free from its grip. Together, we'll harness the strength of our minds to build a life that is not shackled by negativity, but propelled by virtues like wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. If you're skeptical, stay with me. This may challenge some of your core beliefs, but it will also open the door to transformative personal growth. And before we dive in, I encourage you to share this journey with others seeking personal and philosophical growth. If you find value in what we discuss, a simple act of support, subscribing, can help sustain this exploration into Stoic wisdom. Understanding the impact of negative thinking. Negative thinking isn't just an occasional bad mood or fleeting doubt. It's a pervasive mental pattern that can infiltrate every area of our lives, from the way we feel each morning to the choices we make about our health, careers, and relationships. But what exactly is negative thinking? At its core, it's a mindset that anticipates failure, undermines our efforts, and convinces us that we are less capable or deserving than we truly are. Why do we fall into this trap? The Stoics believe that it's not external events that disturb us, but rather our interpretations of those events. As Epictetus famously said, "Men are disturbed not by things, but by the view which they take of them." This perspective is crucial to understanding negative thinking. Often it's not reality that confines us, but the lens through which we view it. Carl Jung, a pioneer in modern psychology, deepened this understanding. He observed that much of our negative thinking originates in the unconscious mind, those hidden layers of belief and bias we often ignore. As Jung said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate." By bringing these unconscious patterns into conscious awareness, we can begin to dismantle their influence over us. The weight of negativity in everyday life. Imagine facing a challenge and feeling defeated before you even begin. Negative thinking acts like an anchor, keeping us tied to the shore no matter how hard we row. It stops us from taking the very actions that could lead to success. Stoicism offers tools to break free from this cycle. It teaches us to critically examine our thoughts, question their validity, and discard the ones that are irrational or unhelpful. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, emphasized the importance of scrutinizing our thoughts and detaching from those that do not serve us. This disciplined introspection allows us to take back control of our mental landscape. The role of society in negative thinking. We also can't ignore the influence of societal and cultural narratives. We're constantly bombarded with messages telling us we're not enough, not successful, wealthy, or intelligent enough. These ideas find fertile ground in our minds, planting seeds of doubt and insecurity that can suffocate our potential. By adopting Stoic principles, we can cultivate resilience against these external pressures. Instead of allowing these societal messages to dictate our worth, we learn to anchor our sense of self in virtues and rational thought. As we explore these ideas further, remember that the path to conquering negative thinking is not easy, but it is deeply rewarding. Together, we'll uncover practical ways to transform your mindset, empowering you to live a life unbound by negativity. Let's begin Stoicism, cultivating a garden of empowering thoughts. Negative thinking often grows unchecked, much like weeds in a garden. However, Stoicism equips us with the tools to clear out these weeds and nurture a flourishing landscape of supportive and empowering thoughts. Addressing negative thinking isn't about ignoring or suppressing it. It's about diving deep to understand it, questioning. The Stoic approach is not merely a coping mechanism, it's a path to thriving. By mastering our thoughts, we gain control over our perceptions, and in doing so, we shape our lives. Each thought we choose to challenge and each one we replace with reason brings us closer to the life we aspire to lead. Let's explore how negative thinking takes root and uncover the strategies Stoicism provides to help us overcome it. Origins of negative thinking. To effectively combat negative thinking, we first need to understand where it comes from. This isn't just about pinpointing bad habits, it's about digging into the deeper roots that shape our perceptions and influence our mental framework. Negative thoughts often stem from various sources. Our upbringing, where experiences might not foster self-confidence. Societal pressures, which impose unrealistic standards of success or beauty. Past failures, which can leave lasting imprints of doubt. Even offhand remarks from others can plant seeds of fear and limitation that grow into persistent negativity. From an early age, many of us encounter environments that inadvertently harm our self-esteem. Think of a child frequently told they're not smart enough, or an educational system that rewards only perfection. Such experiences can color a person's worldview. As Aristotle said, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. Applied to the mind, this means repeated negative thoughts become a habit, shaping how we view ourselves and our potential. How experiences shape. Negative beliefs, personal failures, and rejections reinforce negative internal scripts. Each setback or critical remark whispers, "I knew I couldn't do it." Over time, this can become a self-fulfilling prophecy. Not because we lack ability, but because we unconsciously start behaving in ways that align with these beliefs. Plato's idea that reality is created by the mind, we can change our reality by changing our mind, is particularly relevant here. By examining and reinterpreting our negative assumptions, we can dismantle the very foundations of these limiting beliefs. The role of fear in negative thinking. Fear is another key driver of negative thought patterns. While fear is a natural protective mechanism, it can easily spiral into excessive worry or anxiety, overshadowing rational thought. Fear of failure, fear of the unknown, and fear of rejection often lead to catastrophic thinking, where the mind leaps to the worst possible scenarios. This is where Stoicism offers a powerful tool, the premeditation of evils, premeditatio malorum. By consciously anticipating challenges and preparing for them, we reduce the power of fear to overwhelm us. Rather than catastrophizing, Stoic practice helps us confront potential obstacles with calm and reason, understanding that most fears are exaggerated in our minds. Transforming negative thinking through Stoicism. The Stoic mindset doesn't merely acknowledge the existence of negative thoughts. It actively challenges and reframes them. By questioning whether a thought is rational or beneficial, we can decide whether to keep it or let it go. Marcus Aurelius captured this in Meditations. "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. With this strength, we can take deliberate steps to replace negativity with constructive thinking." Recognize the thought. Is it based on fear, assumption, or reality? Challenge its validity. What evidence supports or refutes it? Reframe it. How can it be viewed in a more empowering way? Each time we practice this, we strengthen the habit of rational and positive thinking, gradually reshaping our mental habits. The journey to a thriving mindset. Stoicism reminds us that life is shaped not by what happens to us, but by how we interpret and respond to it. By confronting our fears, questioning our assumptions, and cultivating empowering thoughts, we move toward a life guided by reason, resilience, and fulfillment. Every thought we choose to challenge is a step closer to mastering our mind, and ultimately, our life. Let's make each one count. Transforming negative thinking, a Stoic and psychological perspective. One of Stoicism's most practical tools for overcoming negative thinking is the premeditation of evils. This technique involves vividly visualizing the worst-case scenario to reduce its emotional grip if or when it occurs. By mentally rehearsing potential challenges, we can approach them with clarity and composure rather than fear and panic. Carl Jung, a pioneer of modern psychology, offers another vital insight. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. Many of our negative thoughts stem from unconscious beliefs formed during our formative years, shaped by guardians, teachers, and the media. These ingrained beliefs often go unchallenged because they operate beneath the surface of conscious awareness. By bringing them into the light of understanding, we can strip them of their power and reclaim control over our minds. The influence of society on negative thinking. Our societal and cultural environment also plays a significant role in fostering negative thought patterns. We live in a world that glorifies scarcity and competition, where unattainably high standards lead to endless comparisons and a pervasive sense of inadequacy. Stoicism offers a profound counterbalance to this mindset. Instead of seeking external validation, it urges us to turn inward, focusing on cultivating virtues such as wisdom, courage, and integrity. Success from this perspective is not measured by outperforming others, but by the depth of our personal growth and alignment with our values. Understanding the roots of negative thinking. Negative thinking has complex and varied origins, including personal history, childhood experiences, and formative interactions that shape our self-perception. Emotional experiences, traumas or disappointments that reinforce feelings of fear or inadequacy. Ingrained fears, persistent anxieties about failure or rejection. Societal messages, cultural ideals that perpetuate feelings of not being enough. Combining insights from Western psychology and Stoicism allows us to untangle these influences. The Stoic emphasis on mastering perceptions and reactions, paired with the psychological focus on understanding unconscious drivers, empowers us to break free from negative mental patterns. This deep work not only minimizes the impact of negativity, but also enables us to reconstruct a mental framework rooted in positivity, resilience, and purpose. Renewing your mind, a lasting transformation. When we talk about renewing the mind, it's not about fleeting moments of optimism, but a profound transformation of our inner dialogue. This renewal aims to cultivate a mindset that allows us not just to survive life's challenges, but to thrive through them. The Stoics provide timeless guidance on this journey. Through disciplined reflection and deliberate thought shaping, we can foster resilience, peace, and clarity. One of Stoicism's central teachings is that our emotions and reactions are shaped by our judgments that are entirely within our control. Marcus Aurelius encapsulated this wisdom when he said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This idea underscores that renewal begins with taking control of our thoughts. By scrutinizing them for accuracy and aligning them with our core intentions and values, we take a vital step toward personal empowerment. The role of self-awareness in transformation. Aristotle's observation, "Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom," highlights the importance of self-awareness in this process. Renewing the mind involves diving deep into our thought patterns to distinguish those that serve us from those that undermine us. Through heightened awareness, we can identify and challenge negative thoughts that have taken root over time. This process isn't about denying our emotions, but about understanding them better and managing them more effectively. Jung's insights complement Stoic wisdom beautifully. He noted that what you resist not only persists, but will grow in size. This aligns with the Stoic approach of acknowledging, analyzing, and assessing the truthfulness of our negative thoughts rather than suppressing them. By bringing these thoughts into the open, we prevent them from festering in the unconscious, where they can grow unchecked. Instead, we disarm them through rational inquiry, gradually diminishing their influence over our lives. A resilient and empowered mindset. Renewing your mind isn't a quick fix. It's a journey of introspection, understanding, and transformation. By combining the timeless strategies of Stoicism with psychological insights, you can dismantle the power of negative thinking, reshape your mental framework, and cultivate a life of resilience, clarity, and inner peace. This is the path to not just surviving, but thriving, living a life rooted in reason, guided by virtue, and free from the chains of self-doubt. The path to renewing your mind, Stoicism, and practical wisdom. Renewing. The mind is not a fleeting exercise in temporary positivity, but a lifelong journey of transformation. It's about rethinking the stories we tell ourselves and deliberately replacing them with narratives of growth, virtue, and empowerment. This process is nurtured by engaging with materials and activities that inspire and challenge us. Philosophical texts, art that stirs the soul, and reflective practices like meditation can serve as powerful tools in this renewal. These activities introduce fresh perspectives, enabling us to rewrite unhelpful mental scripts. Socrates' insistence on living an examined life remains a cornerstone of this effort. By consistently questioning our beliefs and thoughts, we keep our minds sharp and aligned with our deeper goals. This process isn't just an occasional task, it's a lifestyle. It's about staying mentally agile, adaptable, and in tune with our values. Plato's emphasis on aligning with the forms, the ideal representations of justice, beauty, and goodness, offers a parallel. Similarly, renewing the mind involves aspiring to the most virtuous, compassionate, and empowered versions of ourselves. Daily practices for mental renewal. Renewing your mind begins with intentional daily habits. Starting each day with a Stoic reflection or affirmation sets a purposeful tone. Whether it's an Epictetus quote reminding you of the power of your responses or a Jungian mantra about embracing your shadows, these small rituals are building blocks for lasting transformation. Surround yourself with positivity. A critical aspect of renewing your mind is curating your environment. This means consciously choosing the people, places, and media that uplift and inspire you. Seneca's advice is timeless. Associate with people who are likely to improve you. Surrounding yourself with individuals who challenge and encourage you fosters relationships that fuel personal growth. Aristotle's concept of the 3 types of friendships further supports this idea. The highest form, friendship of the good, is based on mutual admiration for each other's virtues. These relationships help us become better versions of ourselves by promoting shared growth and excellence. Plato's allegory of the cave illustrates the profound impact of our surroundings. Just as those trapped in the cave believed shadows were reality, we can limit our potential by staying in environments that stifle growth. Expanding our environment to include positive influences allows us to break free from these constraints and achieve a clearer, more enlightened perspective. Carl Jung's exploration of the collective unconscious complements this idea. He believed that shared cultural elements shape our perceptions and narratives. By choosing environments that highlight empowerment and positivity, we can replace archetypes of fear and inadequacy with those that symbolize strength and self-realization. Practical steps for a positive environment. Creating an uplifting environment involves more than seeking out cheerful company. It requires a comprehensive approach. 1. Curate media. Consumption. Choose books, films, and programs that educate and inspire rather than propagate fear or despair. 2. Engage in supportive communities. Whether online or offline, participate in groups that emphasize encouragement, constructive feedback, and shared growth. 3. Transform physical spaces. Keep your living and work areas organized and reflective of your values. Add meaningful art or symbols that remind you of virtues like courage, justice, moderation, and wisdom. 4. Cultivate meaningful rituals. Incorporate routines that foster mental clarity, such as journaling, meditating, or practicing gratitude. As Seneca aptly said, hang on to your youthful enthusiasms. You'll be able to use them better when you're older. By surrounding ourselves with positivity, we not only enrich our own lives, but also inspire those around us, creating a ripple effect of growth and encouragement. Take Stoic action. Understanding and intention are vital, but without action, they remain incomplete. The Stoics emphasize the importance of living out your values. Epictetus captured this succinctly. First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. Renewing the mind requires consistent, deliberate effort. This might involve practicing gratitude daily, journaling about your challenges and triumphs, or actively applying Stoic principles in difficult situations. For example, use Marcus Aurelius's practice of viewing obstacles as opportunities to grow stronger. Apply the dichotomy of control by focusing energy on what you can influence and letting go of what you cannot. Embrace Seneca's advice to reflect each evening on what went well and what could improve. Action transforms understanding into wisdom and intention into achievement. It's the bridge between envisioning the life you want and making it your reality. Manifesting Stoic virtues. Through action and words, a path to transformation. True Stoicism insists that ideals must manifest through deliberate action, not just intention or thought. To live by Stoic principles means embodying virtues like wisdom, justice, courage, and moderation in our daily choices. By aligning our behaviors with these values, we actively challenge negative thoughts that diminish our sense of worth or capability. Each action rewrites our internal narrative, replacing doubt with empowerment and fostering a sense of self-efficacy. Aristotle's doctrine of the mean reinforces this necessity of action. Virtue, for Aristotle, is not merely a mindset, but a habit developed through practice. We become just by performing just acts, brave by facing fears, and temperate by choosing moderation. Virtue is not static. It is cultivated through ongoing action. This idea resonates with Plato's theory of forms, which suggests that knowing the good inevitably leads to doing the good. Aligning our actions with our understanding of virtue not only transforms our thoughts, but elevates our entire being, drawing us closer to our highest potential. Carl Jung adds depth to this perspective with his concept of individuation, the process of integrating the conscious and unconscious to achieve wholeness. Jung emphasizes that self-actualization is not achieved through contemplation alone, but through engaging with the world. He reminds us, "You are what you do, not what you say you'll do." By taking deliberate action, we express our true character and psychological maturity. Stoic action as a daily practice. Stoic action involves more than overcoming negative thoughts. It is about proactively living in alignment with our ideals. This means making choices, big and small, that reflect a commitment to self-improvement and integrity. Whether it's extending kindness in a challenging moment, facing a long-standing fear, or forgiving a transgression, every action becomes a step toward becoming the person we aspire to be. Moreover, Stoicism encourages us to see challenges as opportunities for growth. Life's difficulties are arenas to practice resilience, patience, and virtue. Instead of avoiding hardship, Stoics embrace it as a chance to demonstrate their values. Setting daily goals, engaging in community service, or practicing reflective disciplines like journaling or meditation are practical examples of Stoic action. These practices not only counter negative thinking, but also strengthen our character and resolve. The transformative power of words. While actions are vital, Stoicism also places great emphasis on the power of words, both spoken and internal. Epictetus advised, "First learn the meaning of what you say, and then speak." This underscores how words shape not only our expressions, but also our emotions, thoughts, and reality. Words have the power to build or destroy, to heal or harm, and the Stoics recognize this dual potential. Marcus Aurelius often reflected on the virtues of honest and restrained communication. He believed our words should be guided by wisdom, kindness, and self-control, extending the influence of Stoic practice outward. Similarly, Aristotle's concepts of ethos, credibility, pathos, emotional connection, and logos, logical argument, highlight the profound effect of speech. Effective communication shapes not just individual understanding, but societal norms and values. Plato's dialogues further demonstrate how words can challenge assumptions and lead to deeper truths. Through Socratic questioning, he revealed how mindful dialogue can inspire greater awareness and self-reflection. Carl Jung echoed this sentiment, noting how language bridges the conscious and unconscious, bringing hidden impulses into awareness. By engaging in thoughtful conversation and self-reflection, we integrate these elements, achieving greater psychological balance and health. Mastering internal dialogue. Words don't just influence our external relationships, they shape our internal world as well. The way we speak to ourselves impacts our self-perception and emotional state. Negative self-talk, a common pitfall, can erode motivation and exacerbate feelings of inadequacy. Conversely, positive self-talk, rooted in Stoic principles, reinforces strength and resilience. Modern cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, aligns with this Stoic practice. Positive affirmations, for instance, are not about unrealistic optimism, but about reinforcing truths that empower us. Reminding ourselves of our ability to manage challenges or live virtuously bolsters our resolve and mental fortitude. Stoicism teaches us to be mindful of the weight of our words, both in conversations and in our thoughts. Each word can either uplift or tear down, inspire clarity, or sow confusion. By aligning our speech with Stoic virtues, we create a ripple effect of positivity, influencing both ourselves and those around us. Conclusion: a life of virtue and purpose. The Stoic journey calls for a harmony between thought, action, and words. It challenges us to live our ideals through deliberate practice, transforming not just our minds but our entire way of being. By embracing daily acts of courage, kindness, and reflection, we actively shape a life aligned with wisdom and virtue. Words, too, are tools for transformation. They influence our internal narratives and external interactions, enabling us to build a reality grounded in Stoic principles. As Marcus Aurelius reminded us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Every action and every word carries the potential to forge a better self and a better world. By living deliberately and speaking thoughtfully, we cultivate a life of purpose, resilience, and wisdom. Together, let us continue this Stoic journey, embracing each challenge as an opportunity for growth and each conversation as a chance to inspire. Thank you for being part of this exploration. As you navigate the complexities of life, may Stoicism guide you to turn every obstacle into a stepping stone toward virtue. If this resonated with you, join us for our next discussion on overcoming adversity through Stoic principles. Let's continue building a community of strength, wisdom, and unwavering resolve. Renewing your mind is a profound act of empowerment. It involves curating your environment, engaging with inspiring influences, and taking decisive action to align your thoughts with your values. By combining Stoic wisdom with practical steps, you can cultivate a mindset that is resilient, purposeful, and capable of thriving in the face of life's challenges. This journey is not just about overcoming negativity. It's about building a life rooted in strength, wisdom, and enduring positivity. Through continuous effort and reflection, you become the architect of a mind that uplifts not only yourself, but everyone in your orbit. Follow, like, and subscribe Stoic Pathways for more videos to enlighten your life with Stoicism philosophy.